defense, a few reasons that we did it. Okay, we want to be attacking, and the slanting got us attacking, got us going hard, getting the field. It fits our philosophy. Okay, this is the same philosophy that I use in coaching a 4-2-5 defense. It's the same philosophy when I teach. When we do the 3-4. Guys that don't know, I haven't been to a clinic recently. I'm an offensive coordinator this coming year for the first time in my life. So it's going to be different for me. But this fits our philosophy. We went to a slant 3-4 defense because we needed to get our kids moving. This past season, we had 10 brand new starters on our defense. Okay, we had one returning starter. He got hurt in week 6, blew his knee out, and that was it. It was over. Okay, so for 6 weeks, we had one returning starter, and then he blew his knee out. We had none. But we had started 5 sophomores. I believe one point we started 6 sophomores. We had to get these young kids going. They weren't confident enough to sit there and read and react and go. We just had to get them moving. So we got to the slant 3-4 defense to get these kids moving. We also went to the slant 3-4 defense because early on we were in our 4-2-5 as our base package. We've, for the last couple of years, been a 4-2-5 with 3-4 as a changeup. Ended up becoming really a base 3-4 with the ability to move into that 4-2-5. We did that basically by necessity, because you can't sit in the same thing and get your tail whipped every single day. And these young kids were getting whipped in our 4-2-5 because they were standing there and they were easy to find. So we started moving around, making them hard to find, getting them aggressive, getting them going, getting them moving. I'm not going to tell you that we took a bunch of 10th graders and won a state title, because we didn't. We were 3-7, but we were getting the crap kicked out of us by teams that weren't significantly better than us, and we got to be competitive. We got to be competitive with these kids with just changing what we were doing here. We ended up, I think at one point, having 7 teams left on our schedule. At one point when we started running more 3-4, we had 7 teams on our schedule. All 7 of them made the playoffs. 4 of them went and had a good run, at least won a game or two. I think 3 of them went deep into the playoffs. So we had a rough go of it. I mean, it was a rough go with these young kids. But the 3-4 let us get them going, let us get them moving, let us get them being aggressive, being competitive. The deal with the 3-4 is this. It's simple, okay? We're not going to be complex. This is not going to be some crazy 2-gap scheme. We're working all kinds of crazy stuff where I've got 37,000 blitzes and Dick LeBeau is being channeled through me. That's not what we're doing here, okay? We're going to move. We're going to be hard to find, but we're going to be simple as far as our kids are concerned. We're going to make you work to find us. We're going to be simple in what we're doing, okay? You're going to run a defense that is going to fit your kids, and if your kids aren't the all-world players that have been playing since they were 5 years old and they're going to play D1, it helps to make them tough to find. We also have to be easy to adapt. We can't confuse our kids by having 9,000 rules. We have very few rules. 5 of our players never change what they're doing, really. They slant one way or the other. The linebackers play their gaps. It really very rarely changes. And others change very little. In fact, the corners hardly ever change either. So as many of our players as possible, we don't change their jobs very much, and we just work with what they can do. With all that said, I'm going to show you tonight a multiple front 3-4 defense. I'm going to show you how to line up that 3-4, the traditional look that you might be thinking about with the 3-4, but I'm also going to tell you how to take that 3-4 and give it a 4-4 or 4-2-5 look, give it that under front look, and you can do anything that you want with it from there. Bare front, you can really line up in any look that you want, but your principles stay the same. We talk umbrella principle. We talk these things that are just the way that things are in our defense. They're our philosophy. They're who we are. And I'm not big on sitting here and telling you my philosophy. Our philosophy is to stop the run. Everybody's freaking philosophy is to stop. Got to do, you got to freaking adapt to different offenses every single week. We're going to talk about how to do that. As we go through tonight, if you have a question, just enter it in the chat box. The chat box is there for you. Your questions, if you have them at any time, just post them. The only thing you need to do is when you go to click that chat box, and I'm going to click on Buster's High here, just so you can see what it looks like. There's going to be a red little question mark, okay? So what you do is you click on that little chat bubble before you enter your message when you have a question. Click on it and just, it'll come up and you click on ask a question. And that way I'll be able to see in the chat box that you have a question. Along the same lines, don't put a bunch of stuff in the chat box about, don't start discussing your defense in the chat box. I actually spend a good deal of money to put these on and bring you guys in here. And so it's important to me. And I will gladly allow you to present a web clinic. Not allow, I would love for you to do a web clinic. Just contact me, let me know. You got some chops, you want to present on your 3-4 defense, bring it, buddy, let's do it. I'll go real quick on who I am. I don't care. You don't care who I am. You care whether or not I can help your football team. I'm the host of the Football Coaching Podcast. We've done 152 episodes. We get we get close to $20,000 a month, somewhere between 12 and 20,000, depending on the month. JoeDanielFootball.com is my website, where JDFB Insider is where I have over 600 coaches now, and probably over 700 that are working with me. That are using our e-courses, that are using our books and all the things that are available there. I have 14 years of coaching experience going into my 15th season, which will be my first season as an offensive coordinator, seeing it from the other side here. So excited to do that. So last season, just a little bit, I mentioned it, and I'm not going to spend much time on it. Our 4-2-5 defense shifted to a multiple 3-4 last season. And again, it's because of the fact that I'm not caught up in numbers. I'm not caught up in names of defenses. I don't care if it's called a 3-4 or 4-2-5. I believe that there are certain ways that I'm going to coach a defense and that I'm going to run a defense and that our kids are going to play defense, and we can line them wherever we want and be whatever we want. We can't change it every single week, but the basic principles are there. So in the 4-2-5 defense, we were, again, being easy to find. It wasn't working. We still ran a lot of it, but we were doing a lot of slanting out of that too. But we shifted to a multiple 3-4 later in the season and managed to be competitive against the teams that probably would have kicked the crap out of us early in the season. Managed to get one win against the playoff team, of those 2 wins against those playoff teams that were remaining. So, again, young kids, we got them going, we got them moving. And that's what I love about this. Those kids are going to get a year older. I won't be there to see how they develop. Unfortunately, a lot of them won't because they're military and will be shipped off to other places. But I'll be checking in on them because they will develop. I'm going to show you a quick little clip here, just a little highlight reel. See what our 3-4 looked like on the field last year. It is real. We did run it. This isn't some theory BS. This is what we do, so I'll load that up. If you have problems seeing it as we go through, again, just hit that refresh button or the reconnect, and it'll come up for you. and everything. All right, so what we're going to talk about today, 3 things that we're going to be focused on. We're not going to be able to go everywhere because we've got 60 minutes. I'm not going to waste your time. We're going to get into this, give you as much information as I can in the allotted time, and then we're going to move on. Alignment and assignment. We're going to talk about how to line up your 3-4 defense, get your guys going the right direction, how to make sure that they know what they're supposed to be doing. We're going to talk about being simple but looking complex. Again, keep your kids knowing what they're doing. Play, coach simple, play fast, win. That's the big deal. Keep it simple so your kids know what they're doing. They're confident in their jobs. Confident kids play fast. Fast kids win more football games. It's that simple. Then we're going to talk a little coverage about the options that you have in coverage, about creating that no-fly zone and creating the ability to shut down the pass. So let's talk a little alignment and assignment. It's going to take me 1 second here to flip this beast over. And to normal. All right, so we're talking alignment and assignment first, how to build your 3-4 defense with alignment, how to get them aligned. There's a million ways to play the 3-4 defense. We are a 4-0-4, meaning that we are going to be aligned where we are going to be head up on the center with our nose, that's the 0, and then we're going to be head up on the tackles. Okay, so our initial alignment, our nose